Morning, 6th of September 2024. The song is that one that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 senses working overtime. So we've got 6 senses. Seems we're not using the 6th one, we're just using the 5, and it's not getting us anywhere because they're having to work overtime. Today all we've got again is the moon in Libra. So the 6 is the choices, the lovers. Can't possibly be the same one today because, oh, it's Odin, which is Wednesday. I'm doing this early because I'm got a doctor's appointment, so the rest might come later. We've got 6th house of, and number 6, well done Spirit, of Virgo, which is hospital doors, so against the right. Karmic debts, so self-nerd, things from the past catching up with us. And Capricorn, which is about you. Capricorn can overcome anything. So I want us to tune into our inner self, our inner guides, our 6th sense, our gut instinct about things. Again, 6. So 666 was thought of as the number of the beast, but it isn't actually. It's something daft like 669. But people will insist it just fits better in the narrative 666. So, but the devil is Capricorn card, so that fits as well. So 6th sense, sensing evil, but you're not sensing it because you're only using your 5 senses and not your 6th one. There it is in the sweet spot, so it's important. So there's a decision here that we're going to have to make that we don't want to make. Oh, and that's my card. God damn it. So, there's definitely a message in here for me today, but I think it won't just be for me. So as you know, you don't do your own reads. Overcoming an enemy, even if the enemy is yourself. Unwanted communications possibly, but coming in fast, but it brings the truth. We're at a crossroads again, and the definition of insanity is going round in circles, doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. So we know we must take a different path now, or we will miss an opportunity that's going to be offered by Spirit. We must cut through the bullshit, get clear of mind, get to the truth. Then we'll be successful. So right now, that's our sixth sense, our High Priestess. We're at the gates of hell, in a dark place, put there possibly by others. It's daughters, it's the kidnapped victims, it's being careful what you put into your body, as in diet, medication, injections, etc. And what you put into your world, so don't let negativity in financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally or physically. Use all your senses. You need to put your force fields up and you're not doing it. Being vulnerable to attack psychically, like I said, financially, spirit, whatever. So there's a decision you don't want to make or you're unable to make. Maybe they have to make it for themselves. 229, 6 and 24, today's card, Mercury, communication. The Jewish community, because we've got the David Star, Adam, Eve, Lily. But it is neutral, today's card, so that is possibly not the person that has to make the decision. You have good friends and generous ones, reliable. This could be someone in uniform, as a nurse, or police officer, or military, or someone with a darker complexion, or both. This is financial increase, or career chances, an option offered to you. Don't miss this opportunity. It's also Taurus of any gender, which is 21st of April to 21st of March. And there we have it, the power of the three, the Norns. We talked about them last night in the Reed of the Ash. The Fate Weavers. It is a reunion, a celebration. But whatever's coming between this enemy, whatever's coming between you and what you want, will be gone. Three months, which would take us up to December. So they've been talking about a lot, haven't they? In the time of Capricorn, perhaps 20th of December, the 20th of January. So it's given us hope, really, that to know that we can overcome this, but we have to take maybe a path that we didn't want to take to do so. secrets being kept. Yeah, changes we're not going to like. Fate is chucking us a spanner in the works. Number 10. Not listening to spirit, or someone using a Ouija board, which spirit don't like, because you're opening the door to things you can't protect yourself from, especially with those 6s. So be warned, don't mess with spirit if you don't know what you're doing. It can cause mental illness. Yeah, general ruin, really. The family is unstable, you're unstable, finances are unstable. It's something's going to cost you a lot. You're going to be out of pocket. 10 years. That's the debts, the karmic debts, maybe. Yeah, same card as yesterday, 21. We're going around in circles. We cannot create something new if we keep insisting on doing things the same old way. Round and round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. A loss of inheritance, maybe. Someone's been found out for stealing, lying or deceit. Reverse the Knight card. Somebody doing something behind your back, but they're going to be caught out. And there we have it again. So we've got all the cards we need for the read. You need to get clear of mind, use your sixth sense, and cut away what no longer serves you to be successful. And it's 1 week. That sweeping sword, clearing the decks. Someone may feel abandoned, orphaned, unable or unwilling to make this decision, like I said. Sitting on the fence because you're either protecting someone, in denial, or not sure of all the facts, especially about children. Yeah, a rejection. Someone's been rejected. A missed opportunity. Something you lost. Yeah, we're not protected. Doctors make bad decisions. Lawyers make bad decisions. And spiritual leaders make bad decisions. Confused mind. Libra energy. Sitting on the fence. Open enemies. Legal cases. It's bad advice received. A misdiagnosis even. Mental illness. The name Michael. No shame, no blame. Stop overthinking it. Come out of your mindset and do what needs to be done. It's the thinking, that's what they're saying. If your senses are working overtime, accept your spiritual awareness. You're overthinking it, and it's not what you think. So don't blame or shame yourself for any reason. It's the walk of shame, the morning after. But you're coming out of that mental prison. You're going to get very clear on what's going on because you've found out what's been done behind your back. Delays in travel could be possible. But going around in circles isn't going to get you anywhere. You have to make that decision. Somebody's refusing to change. Will never change. And the only thing that's certain is change. So if you're being stubborn and refusing to adapt, there will be no future. Yeah, because the shit stirrer's back. Someone wants to win at all costs and they don't care how they do it or who they hurt. Do you want to win or do you want to be happy? It could be violent attacks, another knife attack, children involved, I hope that this time it's wrong. We've sacrificed enough. But there she is. A genuine, good and generous person in uniform, possibly of a darker complexion, the same lady. Taurus energy, Venus abundance, things starting to improve, or any Taurus, male or female, but any female in uniform, there is somebody who's on your side, a brave person in uniform. You have to stop trying to control others. No right to do that. Don't be greedy, don't be stubborn, let go, let spirit deal with it for now. What's yours will always be yours, it can't be taken from you. Issues with the children again, child abuse, triggering issues. Someone or something from the past may enter your life to cause problems. Don't go there. Nothing can be created from this. You're stuck in a dark place, not knowing which way to turn, and if you're not careful, you'll stumble and fall. The 18, the moon. There's no moving on until this issue is settled. So they like a dog with a bone, they won't let go, will they, when there's something that needs to be sorted. Stuck in stormy waters because you keep dragging the past up. Banging your head against a brick wall, you're wasting your time. There'll be no peace for the wicked. You have to fight for what you want. Somebody's not healing. Agriculture, terrorists, bombers, that's the Ariane Grande concert card. The Bees, Manchester. Safi Rose. And those who've been with me a long time will remember the video. Unfortunately, we ain't got it anymore because it was all erased. It's agriculture, it's Chiron, it's unable to heal until we settle this. So the bees, agriculture, those with the limp, the scar on the leg, and the amputation. This is causing financial difficulties. So even though finance will improve slightly, it may not be enough. So let's see, Odin hung himself up for 9 days on that tree to get the Norns to tell him this secret that's been kept. So there's the secret, and they hold it. Power of the three. Othila, the crown, the king. Apple is dear to all men. If they may enjoy there at home whatever is right and proper, it will continue in prosperity. So if you do the right thing. The name Apple or Ethel, the letter O. The oldest literal meaning of this rune is nobility, the prince. Othila is related to the first symbol of the Saxon word athelin, so athlete maybe, meaning heir to the throne. So that would be William. We talked about William yesterday. The modern German word Adele, so the name Adele, and the Dutch Edel are both derived from Othila, and both of these words have connotations with aristocracy. The rune therefore points to the rightful claim to inherited status, lands and possession. It also indicates noblesse oblige, the obligation of one's position in society and the duties that one owes to one's kin and people. Of course, there is always the added implications of loyalty the people owe to their monarch. So there's issues with the monarchy. Othila is symbolised by the hawthorn tree, and the humble clover. So look. So the hawthorn is Aries. But its important symbolic association is with Odin, the king of the gods. This rune provides the initial letter of Odin's name and is considered especially sacred to him. Although it denotes nobility and even kingship, it's also a rune of sacrifice. There it is. After all, what modern monarch or head of state could possibly lead a normal life? The very position implies the sacrifice of personal freedom, and in many cases throughout history it has been necessary for such leaders eventually to sacrifice their lives as well. So it was with Odin, who hung himself upon a windy tree to win the knowing of the runes, for the good of all, gods and humankind alike. Until recent times, the king was thought as representing the luck of his subjects, and if he thrived, so did the land. And we've seen that come about as a prophecy in England right now. If he ailed, it was believed that the land and the people would suffer, as we have. At least modern monarchs do not have the worry about being sacrificed for that if their powers wane, as was the case in ancient Europe. So maybe some of these leaders will be voted out. Othilla represents a time when hallowed traditions will become increasingly important. The rune suggests something that stands the test of time, a set of values that is fixed, immovable, and strangely comforting. In addition, the true meaning of loyalty is the most common interpretation. This loyalty can be expressed in a number of ways: patriotism, devotion to a particular religion, or identification with a group whose aims you share. However, group loyalty is most common in those who share a heritage, name, a family. The rune may signify a rightful inheritance, but this need not necessarily mean a bequest of property, and our inheritance has been stolen from us. Or money. Although they may not be unlikely, it could denote traits that have come down through the generations that express a certain correctness of behaviour and a sense of belonging. Justice and honour are associated with the appearance of this rune because of the dynastic implications. So justice will be served because we'll overcome our enemies. Engagements and marriages can be denoted issues involving children and eventual heirs, but we've got rejection there. Rejecting someone. You may find yourself dealing with wills and property and may need advice from an older or wiser head to chart the course, but you are getting bad advice about that. An advantageous move of home could be indicated, but I'm afraid not yet. There's delays. If it brings you closer to your origins. There is disloyalty, and an overturning of established principles is likely when this rune is found. Disputes over inheritance and quarrels about money and status are equally likely. When Othilla is inverted, a loss of some kind is shown, possibly due to theft or legal chicanery. There it is. Modern interpreters often suggest an inverted Othilla predicts accidents and problems with machinery. So go steady. So sixth house we know is an apple a day keeps the doctor away. We need to keep this one away because you don't know what it's all about. It's the intestines, the abdomen, your gut instinct, your sixth sense. The colour dark brown, health, services, work, altruism, teamwork, co-workers, pets, efficiency, vocation and daily routine. The sixth house is where we become aware of others. It's linked to Virgo, and this is where innate talents, there's Virgo, what we're in now, 21st of August to the 21st of September. and the abilities are used in productive way and vocations arise. The sign of and planets placed in the part of this chart describe how unselfishly or not someone can act. The sun placed in the sixth, for example, indicates dedication to a life of service, but the sign determines whether that takes place in a hospital, a shop, a government department, or charity. The service carried out in the sixth house comes from the heart, without thought of reward or recognition. This is what must be done because it must be done. However, if personal identity and self-worth have not been developed sufficiently, the sixth house may still seek recognition for its own work, to be told how worthy it's being, so only out for themselves. This is karma though. This is karmic debts, having to pay the price for past deeds. The dragon's tail. We have two dragons which we've inside of us, and the one we feed is the one that wins. So if we feed the negativity, that will win. If we feed the positivity, that will win. This is your ingrained response to survival, your innate abilities, what you are compelled to do. This is stagnation and karma. The South Node symbolises all that's gone before, the past, and it may not have been pleasant. Instinctual behaviour that arises from innate reaction. As such, it is an ancient part of the psyche. This is a place of unfinished business where survival strategies have been formulated. Emotional stimuli and automatic reactions lie, and unconscious compulsions, and a rigid behaviour pattern arises. The ability with which the soul is most familiar lies in the South Node, and that's what we've got to let go. It is also the point where the soul stagnates, where in response to a challenge it evolves, it says, yes, but, and as soon as you say but, you're doomed. Turns back to the past. The challenge is to take what is good from the past and leave the rest behind. Leave the negativity, and we're not doing that. We're carrying it through. In stormy waters, we're dragging the past up all the time. So, South Node in Capricorn. The soul has gained authority, but must leave behind authoritarianism and the tendency to exercise tight control over everything. So if you're in a position of power, remember that you're not all powerful, as did Odin. The South Node in the sixth house. The task is to leave behind the role of servitude or civility, which may have been mistaken for your true service. So stop being a doormat. I can't make it up, look. Virgo, 18. We are in the dark about many things. You're worrying unnecessarily to a certain extent, overthinking, analysis paralysis. So, it is the Hermit, Grandad card, named Ben and Frank again. You are not meant to walk this next part of the journey alone. Someone in spirit or the flesh will walk with you. Worry and organisation are the key traits of the sign of Virgo. You may be picky and exacting, or others may be that way to you. True worry warts, especially about health and possible disasters. Natural remedies, analysis, diet, nutrition are dominant themes of this Mercury ruled planet. There you go. Virgo natives make the best doctors, nurses, health workers, teachers and librarians. So it won't be the doctor but the nurses that help. They abhor bringing attention upon themselves and they feel they might attract criticism. So if you've got an illness, something nagging, and you're doing exactly what my brother did, this is a warning from Spirit, not wanting to waste people's time, not wanting, because that's wasting your time, thinking that it's something and nothing. It's time to let go of that and go and see anyway. You need to know, as even if you've seen a doctor and they've said there's nothing wrong, you need to go back because there's a need to be sure. You're not bothering anybody. It's not wasting anybody's time. You need to know. They have brains that buzz like bees. There's the bee with the Chiron energy. And this can be exhausting. You may be highly strung and overthinking. You're planning against what might go wrong and hate it when it does because you're manifesting it. They don't like chaos, they don't, and detest array. It isn't unusual for Virgo natives to keep books and music collections in alphabetical order. Look to the content about your health, your lifestyle and your job. If you're expecting things to go normally or as planned, it will not likely be the case. So your health can be physical, financial, etc. Watch out for critical people who seem to pick at all you do. Perhaps you're the picky one. Your mind is beleaguered by worries, some of them health related. Other worries may be that things have gotten out of control. Hospital doors, meaning medical tests and visits to the doctor, alternative health approaches and a better diet may appeal to you now. Dealing with health issues, the workings of your own body as well as those of your family and friends may factor in, but you could be beleaguered by worries that border on hypochondria. You may feel you have every disease you read or learn about, and you may begin to have symptoms with little explanation as to why they are occurring, probably because of the stress. You may go for medical tests, but the card does not necessarily indicate a serious illness. This card also signifies good time to get rid of your clutter, live a cleaner life, focus on details, and doing what needs to be done. Other concerns would be your daily routine, your 9 to 5 responsibilities, mundane goings on that may need your attention. Get organised. That will get you where you're going. This card also suggests you need to be more reliable in your approach, just like this lady here. Problems are not going to go away, so you must work and they must be addressed. So you have to fight for what you want. No peace for the wicked. There we go. No rest until you've sorted this. Virgo is a gentle sign, typically mild in nature with a fondness for small animals, as well as feelings towards the plant world. Being at one with nature, noticing the important details, being fully present in your work, drawing upon the wisdom of the critical mind, as well as attention to health and diet. So 9 or 27, daily routine, the body, healing, worry, details, usefulness and hospital doors. You can't make it up. Number 9, Peace Walker again. Someone in spirit or flesh is walking beside you, so try not to worry. This is 9, so Sagittarius, so act in haste, you repent at leisure, finish what you started. But it's also the equivalent to the hermit. This is your sixth sense, this is spirit. 9, the Peace Walker. 9th month of Virgo. The Peace Walker is the element who resides on the earth plane to help raise awareness, to help others find their way home. And that's what that is, the homecoming. There are many elementals who have chosen to walk the path to help humanity and all of nature, and its many beings on this plane. They sometimes find it very difficult to be in human form, but understand it is for greater purpose. At this time our worlds are all connected, but this may not always be the case if we keep destroying what beauty we have in this world. This is the concern they carry, and that task is not an easy one. Peace Walker asks you to take up the challenge yourself. Do what you can to help raise the consciousness of humanity, where you can help or set an example to educate or inspire others to look after nature and all its beings. Where in your life can you change your habits that have an impact on the planet? We cannot do this alone. We need all who are willing to listen. You need to find peace. Peace is essential in this day and age to help us through the stresses of everyday life. It sometimes seems that stress and being busy is taking precedence over being calm and nurturing ourselves. There seems less time for ourselves. We are time poor, tired and running on empty. This in itself is not sustainable unless we balance the scales to find peace and calm, which means finding time to let it in. Finding peace within ourselves, we can create peace in our external environment and vice versa. Make some time for yourself. Just sit and be. Meditate if it helps. Find your centre. Get into nature. Where can you emanate calm? It's infectious to others. We receive back calm in answer to our energy. So, as within, so without. Help others find their peace. If this is the only thing that you feel you can do to make a difference in the world, the more we find peace, the more we find peace on a collective scale. Become centered and able to handle any situation better, bringing balance back into your life, making time for you. There's the harp, 33, master number, Ireland, Guinness. The bards, singers. The harp is the instrument of the bard, the keeper of the ancient tales and the wonder of magic. The word bard gets its meaning to raise your voice in praise. So pray, because your voice is unique and it has a unique vibration. When all the voices in the world sing together, it forms a protective barrier. Their songs of heroism, gallantry, and cleverness have inspired listeners for centuries. The harp symbolises the acknowledgement of great deeds, setting a fine example and encouraging excellence in others. Bless the people you admire with generous words of gratitude. Sing their praises to others. Accept praise that is given to you as well, with humility and gratefulness. Let it feed your soul and inspire you for further glory. So instead of picking at people, start praising them. You get more bees with honey than with vinegar. Praise, excellence, admiration. Accept praise and give it freely in return. How do you pursue your personal excellence? So positivity coming out your mouth instead of negativity. And we've got the number 3. It's the bleeding heart. So my granny would say, oh my bleeding heart, when somebody was moaning or having a pity party. A bleeding heart. Get the violins out. There's always somebody worse off than you. Stop complaining. So, the Latin name is Decentraspectabilis. Mars and the Sun, so fire element, which means war. The bleeding heart is one of the most evocative plants as the flowers look like a traditional simple image of a heart in the form of folklore, with a drop coming out of the bottom, implying drops of tears or blood, or the act of being pierced. Native to Asia, there is not a lot of traditional witchcraft folklore associated with it, so it hasn't got a lot of history, which came to England in the mid-1800s, but it was quickly embraced by many modern witches as an ingredient in love magic. And you can't force someone to love you. I've said it before. You can have the illusions of it, but as soon as they see or hear a true love, your history. Most of the Asian folklore includes images of grief and unrequited love. So a rejection, like I said, perhaps is not the best for conjuring love. Modern witches crush the live flowers as a source of divination around love, with the red juice indicating yes to love and the white indicating no. Bleeding Heart is a beloved ally in the world of flower essence and a plant spirit medicine, used exactly as one would imagine to heal a wounded heart, heartbreak, or heart issues health-wise. The spirit of this lovely plant helps people release their grief, be it from the loss of a loved one in death or the loss through the ending of a relationship. Bleeding Heart helps us recognize and release codependent relationships, choosing short-term pain in order to move towards health rather than long-term suffering. In chakra healing, Bleeding Heart balances the heart chakra and helps us keep empathy without being drained by others by recognizing what his true compassion is. So you can love somebody but not be with them if they're destroying you. And you will know that. It's no point in hanging in there for the sake of love. If you truly love them, set them free, walk away, and if they're meant to be with you, they will return. But don't stay in abusive or toxic relationships just for love. So notice how this plant spirit turns her back, turning away from the past and letting it go. Bleeding Heart tells you to seek catharsis, often through tears, as the drop is also evocative of tears of cleansing the heart. When Bleeding Heart is reversed, you are stubbornly refusing to release unhealthy attachments and old wounds. You have built identities around your wounded self and fear who or what you might be if you let them go. You are holding back tears and pretending things are good when they're not. Be honest with yourself. Stop wasting your time. Your heart is whole and it must be open to receive love. You need to love yourself first. So take care of yourself, get your health right, and then you can sort the rest of the mess out. Thanks for listening. Speak soon.